are some of the people that some of your bigger supporters here in Rahall County that's going to be working for you in the next few months, next month, matter of fact, less than a month, and they just want to come out and greet you today and tell you they're with you all the way. They'll do whatever it takes to to get out here and pound on doors, or put up signs, or whatever.
So, well, thank you, Tracy Dempsey and Tom Ramey and Charles McCann, Jeff Eldridge, Sheriff Bowman. Thank you all. This is second time in a week.
Yes, it is. We're glad to have you back.
Here with the autism walk over in Ranger last Sunday. A little different weather today.
Yeah.
A lot better weather today. But let me thank each of you for coming out here today. I apologize for being tardy. Got behind some school buses. You know, okay. And you know how that goes. But I do want to thank each of you for your support and ask you for that support, because I'm going to need it very definitely. The polls look good, but as we know, the only poll that counts is that poll that's taken on November 2nd. And so, and this is kind of a strange year. There's a lot of anger, frustration, and you can understand where it comes from and why it exists out there. But I truly believe that we're on the right path here in West Virginia. I believe our governor has made some decisions at the state level and has been a good governor for us. And West Virginia, as you know, is one of only 5 states that is paying its bills today. And we have the coal industry to thank for that. And that industry will always be a foundation for our economy. Yes, it's under attack today. It was under attack yesterday. It was under attack last century. It's always been under attack, coal. And so those of us that support it strongly, as I do, probably more so than anybody in the Congress of the United States, you can ask any of my colleagues that fact, have to play a defensive game often. We find that we have to take actions. It's much like fighting terrorism. You never know the threat was there because it is met head on, and the attempted action never occurs, and so you never knew there was a problem to begin with. That's much like it's been for me for 34 years in helping the coal industry in Congress. But I tell you, the #1 effort that I've been making is for a coal miner, him or herself. Because as important as coal is, I feel our most valuable resource is a coal miner, him or herself. And I've always been on the front line for coal mine health, safety, #1, black lung benefits, health care for our coal miners, and now we're trying to make sure they have the pensions they deserve when our union brothers retire. So I want to say that those that say I'm not anti-coal, you know, I have to think in the back of my mind that I believe they've been sipping champagne on the French Riviera with Don Blankenship. Now, this is a personal agenda of his. I recognize that. He doesn't like the president one iota. It goes beyond coal. It goes to everything that comes down the pipe. And so he's taking that out on me. In regard to some charges you may hear, well, why did you endorse Obama over Hillary Clinton 2 years ago during our campaign here in West Virginia? I didn't say it very loudly at the time because, first of all, it was already known who was going to win the national nomination, and that was Barack Obama. But the fact of the matter is that Hillary Clinton had sponsored cap-and-trade legislation in the Congress of the United States, or supported it for every year she'd been in the United States Senate. Cap-and-trade legislation that is a lot worse than what you hear attacked today by the coal industry. In addition, it was Hillary Clinton and John McCain that co-sponsored climate change legislation in the United States Senate. And with John McCain, remember this, it was John McCain who said he was going to abolish mountaintop removal mining as soon as he got into office. And in addition to those 3 facts, Barack Obama had co-sponsored coal-to-liquid legislation in the United States Senate in partnership with Jim Bunning, a Republican from Kentucky. So that led me to believe, plus the fact he's from a coal state, Illinois, that he would be better for our coal industry than the alternatives at the time. Now, am I a little frustrated today? Yes. Am I frustrated that he hasn't reined in the EPA? Yes. Because the EPA, there are some overzealous individuals in that agency that are out to abolish not just mountaintop removal, but all types of mining. And I recognize that. And that's what I have been trying to fight and trying to live with the last 2 years. We've made some progress. We've been able to get a Patriot Mine permit, for example, approved in Lincoln and Logan counties. We've been able to get a couple Peg Fork permits approved down in Mingo County. A couple more pending, may yet be approved in the next couple weeks or so. So these are individuals in Washington that I have to work with. I can't call them names every day like some in our state do, because I have to go pound on their door the next day or pick up the phone and call them the next day and try to seek their help. And if I'm out there calling them names in the public, then I don't know many human beings that are going to respond when you ask them for help, but you've been calling them names the day before. So I think it's important to recognize that seniority, especially with the loss of Senator Robert Byrd, is important in Washington too. I chair the House Natural Resources Committee. I'm Vice Chairman of the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, and those two positions are gained through seniority, being there a long time. And for a small state like West Virginia, with only 3 members of Congress versus a big state like California and New York that have as many as 80 members, seniority is what counts, what opens doors, and what enables you to be able to deliver for your people back home. And it's much better having somebody that can at least open doors in Washington than get the door slammed in their face, as with the alternative in this congressional election would face if he were elected. So with that, let me ask if you have any questions, anything you're hearing. I'm not going to take anything personally or offensive, but I want to hear what's going on out from the people that you talk to every day, and what's on their minds, and how I might be able to answer those questions or help you in that regard. The floor is open.
No question or comment. I think we're right on track with supporting coal miners, because in this area, we're on the fringe of it. It's a big deal in our county for employers being there, the employees, and of course, coal severance makes a difference in the county commission. So
Exactly.
you're right on target. I think support the coal and defend it.
But you know, as I say, it's not the only industry. You know as well as I do, Charles, that we got to expand, we got to diversify, we got to use the coal industry as a foundation, yes, but not as a ceiling. We can go out beyond that and seek other.
You know, it needs to be mined within the rules.
We can do it in a responsible fashion, yes.
I'd like to thank you for the stimulus money that you gave us last year on the Route 3 project. I think that you passed it coming in.
Yeah.
We are in desperate need of another project that would supply over 400 customers with water. We're $1 million shot that project. With the Army Corps of Engineers and the Recovery Act, I think we reach that goal and get 400 people.
Has application been made for that? Okay, because there's still some stimulus money out there. I think only about 60% of it is committed. And not any windmills in China, I might add. that project was scuttled, it never got off the ground, and that's just something I've never can imagine where that came from. But anyway, the stimulus has been helpful to our state. Yes, the project you mentioned, health centers have gotten stimulus money, broadband technology that we're trying to expand. We need to get it into homes, make it affordable, accessible, but using stimulus money, we've been able to get it into fire departments, police departments, public libraries, public places where people can go to and access the free broadband technology. So there's numerous areas where that money has saved jobs. We need to create more jobs, yes, I recognize.